Penny Amis, welcome. You're a member of the Talisman Theatre Company in Kenilworth, and you're a long-standing member of Lighthorn Drama Group, Vice Chair of Lighthorn Festival of One-Act Plays. But what I want to talk to you about today is your involvement with Side by Side of Leamington Spa, a group that caters for actors living with disability and those not, performing side by side on an equal footing and an equal basis, and rehearsing all year to put on a wonderfully moving show in the Leamington Spa Centre every November. And because of your involvement with Side by Side, you're co-curating the Drama Festival's conference this year, which comes on July the 24th, at the end of the National Drama Festivals Association's All Winners Finest at the Albany Theatre in Coventry. So tell us something about the wonderful Side by Side.
It's almost, where do you start? We were formed in 1988, so it's a long-established charity, which emerged about a wonderful woman called Sue Tears, who taught drama at Warwickshire College. And she was contacted to see whether or not she would go along to what we used to have in those days in 1988, sort of a home for people with a learning difficulty, disability, and do theatre with them. And when she got there, she realised they had never participated in anything. The only thing they'd ever seen was, they said they enjoyed watching people come and do it for them. And so she tried to experiment a little bit with a workshop and realised there was no way could she manage this completely on her own. Sue was a very persuasive character, lots of friends at local theatres, the Talisman Theatre, the Loft Theatre in Leamington, and basically got on the phone and said to some of her mates at those theatres, how about coming along and joining me to do this? I can't do this on my own. And as she walked out to the car, after this session, she said, and we're going to call ourselves Side by Side Theatre, because it is all about adults, age 17 to 70 or even more, performing alongside, on an equal footing, people with a learning disability or on the autism spectrum, performing alongside adults without disability. And we do work completely together as a company. As we call them, supporter members, they're the ones that we consider without a disability. Our role is very much to help these guys shine, and boy, do they shine. We have a lot of prima donnas in the organisation, and it's terrific fun. And what is wonderful is, over time, when somebody's been a member, to be able to encourage them and to break down any inhibitions, which some of them haven't got any at all. You know, they're absolutely up for it. But some of them have got inhibitions, and trying to encourage them to, to get involved, to audition for parts. That's the other thing. Not possibly what you would call a classical audition, but gradually we have a theme to the show, and gradually through weekly workshops, we encourage, we explore their talents and put the whole show together.
So this is throughout the year, starting in January, February. It's every Tuesday night in a local school hall in Warwick. Whatever the weather, what have you, through the darkness of winter, and people arrive in they're brought by carers, some arrive in taxis, some, and
us,
and the thing, I mean, I've been to your rehearsals. I mean, they are a load of fun, aren't they? They are just a load of fun.
Yeah, yes. I mean, you describe the miserable nights in February when it's dark and you think, oh, yeah, do I really want to turn out? And you walk in the door and somebody says, Penny. And that's what it's all about, because we just welcome each other. We are a community, very much. We look after each other. And as you can probably imagine, during this coronavirus, it's been hugely difficult, but we've been determined throughout that what we're going to do is keep contact with every single one of our members and supporters, and that's what we have done. It's been a heck of a struggle, and some of them haven't got access to the internet. We've managed to do Zooms and so on, but not everybody has access to that. So you resort to snail mail. You just find every means of communicating with them, because without the members, we're nothing. We don't have a big theatre. We don't have, masses of wardrobe space or anything like that. We are people. Yeah, we do use props and bits of costume, but it's about working together as a team of people. And so we're absolutely determined we will be back again together. We will. Sure.
And during the pandemic, you've had, as you say, you've had Zooms with quizzes and competitions and what have you, and individual supporters have been phoning individual members, taking them under their wing, just a weekly phone call, make sure they're all right and what have you.
Yes. All of that's been happening, a whole cross-section of things. Let me put it into perspective. Side by side, when you go to a show, you see around 60 people performing in front of you. We're a big company. And of those 60 people, 2/3 have a difficulty of some sort.
It's and the show in November at the Spa Centre in Leamington, you normally would do 2 evening performances and a matinee. And I mean, and your patron Dave Willits turns out every year, and all the mayors and Lord Mayors, and it's a big fun occasion, and it's so much fun, but it is also intensely moving, isn't it, for everyone? It just is.
You go out laughing and crying. That happens throughout the performance, because we're inclusive with the audience too. It's the opportunity for a number of people with a disability to actually be part of a theatre audience and not feel that they might be stared at, or if they shout out, somebody will make them hush, anything like that. It's involvement. And to put things into perspective, over those 3 performances, we play to about 1,000 people, which is a lot of people. And so we hope that people will come out, and we hear people say, I never expected this. I've not been to one of your shows before. I never expected this. It's marvelous. I shall come back again. And you forget all about the disability. Yes. You don't notice it anymore.
Absolutely. And so this experience that you have is being channeled now into the afternoon discussion at the Drama Festivals conference, which is on diversity and inclusion, and inclusion is very much what you do. So give us a flavour of the sort of general things that you want to explore with attendees at the Drama Festivals conference.
Yes, traditionally there is not a high level of involvement with people with disability in amateur theatre companies. 1 or 2 of our members have performed at the Talisman and the Loft, the local other theatres. I think at the Priory Theatre too. And there is an opportunity there to embrace them, but also to help them to enrich their own theatre companies, because the spin-off of getting people involved means that you're actually also tapping into potential audiences too. So this is not something which is, oh yes, well, you should be involving people with disability, you know, it's only right, and you know, thumping a table. It's, you're missing a really good opportunity to get a whole section of people out there involved in your theatre for the benefit of your theatre as well as the benefit of those people. And that's really the theme along our session in the conference, very much, and trying to break down some of those barriers. So we will explore, first of all, we're actually trying to size the opportunity. Some of it is that if you think there are a lot of children either in usual schools that maybe have some help while they're there, or are in special schools, and it's been proven that the performing arts and creative industries is something they really take to in their own way. And that's the thing, it is in their own way. It may not be in a traditional way that happens in your theatre company, but they are very able not just to perform, but some of them actually have pretty good technical skills too. So why not involve them backstage, helping with lighting, whatever. Even, you know, one or two of them, they're marvelous. They've actually worked at the Spa Centre selling programs. They're great for box office. People love it, love seeing people like this. So, you know, this is very much an opportunity to explore what people can do and try it out. So the route to that, we're going to hopefully show some of the delegates what people are capable of. Might be a bit of a film or whatever, try and talk about the scope of the opportunities, and then have a real good session which said, you know, okay, you guys, what's the problems, what you're frightened of, what might happen, the theatre won't blow up, you know, how can we break down that into how we might be able to explore the way that we can work in this way, and be honest. Have you tried it? If you've got stories to tell, share those stories so the other delegates can learn off each other too, and hopefully go away with a bit of, you know, fired up with a bit of enthusiasm. Hey, this is something really worth pursuing. This really is. We need to look at this in more depth. And yeah, there are people out there can help us do this. That's kind of the route that we're looking for.
Okay, and so your co-curators of the afternoon session, your artistic director at Side by Side is joining you there.
Yeah. Sarah Evans, who joined us in 2018. So that was our 30th anniversary year. No pressure there. Yeah? Joining as artistic director, Sarah, and you can devise and direct a show for our 30th anniversary, and she did it in spades. But Sarah's background is very much from local theatre. She's had her own dance company, well known in the amateur theatre and operatic area as a choreographer and co-director. So that's a real opportunity. So Sarah's joining us.
Tragically, the one element that we seem to have lost out of the original programme and our plans for this year for the All Winners in July is the participation of Side by Side, temporarily, I'm sure, but you were going to put on a special show, and to so that everybody understands, for a number of years now, the All Winners has featured a group comparable to Side by Side from whichever locality, wherever it was being held geographically. And there's a Starbright Award for that group. and you were, Side by Side was due to appear this year, and for the first time, you were going to appear as part of the main program. So not a sideshow, not in a studio somewhere, not up the road, not in the afternoon, right there front and center as part of the regular program, as should be. But you need that extra rehearsal time, don't you?
Well, we haven't met. It's even if we haven't needed extra rehearsal time, we haven't met. So the piece that was has been created by us for a smaller group of side-by-siders, as we refer to ourselves, a smaller group, we were not able to embark in it. The music is written, the narrative is there, but we never got the chance to even start rehearsals because of the pandemic. We'll do it. We will do it, and we would like an invitation to do it some other time. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's a great organisation. It's a wonderful organisation, and it brings such, you know, joy to everyone. And, you know, talking to Dave Willits, you know, Coventry's West End legend. I mean, you know, it's when he turns up as patron, as he does every year.
Yeah.
I mean, he just finds it one of the most, you know, one of the most energizing, rewarding nights of his year, as we all do. So, I mean, it's great work that you do. And just to put that in context, I mean, just, you know, people did not mishear. This is, you described what Side by Side does, but I mean, the piece that you will perform at an All Winners, I can promise you, before very long, you know, you've had it scripted, you've had it choreographed, you've had the music.
We've not choreographed it yet. It is scripted, and original music has been composed for it too.
It's a completely original piece, and this just gives some people maybe an idea of just how, you know, of what you deliver and what you aim for and what you do, which is just, you know, breathtaking, I think. So more power to Side by Side. We will see you at the Drama Festival conference, where you can tell us more about it and enlighten everyone, all of us, me included, about what more can be done. And we look forward to seeing Side by Side perform very shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Penny.